This is Keystone Highlight. My name is Ajam Crozier, and this is an opinion piece special. Memento Mori has become the roots of a go-to punchline for this channel. But as I use it, it raises my curiosity. How does one keep death as a memento? This is part 4 of a 4-part series on mementos, and why they were, and are, as invented habits go, among the greatest of inventions. Now, this is a split part of a part 3 that needed to be divided in half, creating what is a 5 out of a 4-part series. This is now a theme. So the question I have is, will the people love me? Part 2. In part 1 of this third part of this fourth part of this second of many types of special edition stories, I covered the chain of events that should lead to an overthrow of the criminal element I'm calling the cartoon cannibal, who I identify as the inevitable byproduct of those children who are taught a satisfaction with sickness and who grow up into self-important, clingy, poser dullards. So without further delay, here's what it is from the halves. Is it not unreasonable to expect that, with as bitter as the world can be, life will not eventually be impossible to cache, and that everything will not eventually be crazy? And if everyone is always crazy and the world is bitter, isn't it reasonable to expect that the world will always be crazy and bitter, and doing something crazy and bitter to others will always be an oncoming dread? And if from one end of the shades of crazy to the other, people are hurting you and everyone else, isn't it reasonable to expect that the change isn't going to come from the introduction of a stimulus? And if the change isn't going to come from the oncoming stimulus, and if there will always be a surety of an oncoming dread, in a conservative sense, is it not reasonably preferable to align with the pocket universe anchored of those who are sure in their points of no return? And if it's preferable to align with those pocket universes anchored of those who are sure in their points of no return, is it not preferable to dream of Renaissance and dream of the course to universal happiness through Machiavellian steel? Considerably, thinking this over makes me want to guard my cat. Guard my Persian very jealously.